Welcome back, y'all. Jen here from Website Flipping. Excuse any background noise. I have hubby in the background cutting the grass. In this video, we're going to get into how much money you can make from website flipping. Before we start, if you can hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you can be alerted when I publish new videos. And for the YouTube algo, if you can comment money, that would greatly help me out. So let me tell you a little bit more about me if you don't know already. I have been flipping websites for about 9.5 years now. My first website flip was an e commerce store I was working on and decided to flip. That one made me over $81,000. After I got the taste of website flipping, I kept going. Site number two made me a total of about 20,000 in 9 months. Site number three made me 10K in 45 days. And I kept going from there, building and flipping sites. There's a couple different ways you can website flip. People commonly know it as buying and selling sites. So you buy it, you renovate it or grow it, and then you sell it. But the way I do it is actually unique. I will create sites from scratch, grow them, and flip. I consider that website flipping as well, and I've been pretty successful with it. So that's a little bit about me and my background. If you want to watch more about website flipping, check out my YouTube. Right, check out my TikTok. Okay, so let's talk about the money. How much can you make from website flipping? This is one of the most common reasons people get into it to make money. Now, obviously, the first way you can earn from website flipping is by actually flipping the site, by selling it. What you should know is the older the site, the more valuable it is, so the more money you can make. If your goal is to make the most money possible, I would recommend flipping sites that are older. That means you're going to create it today, grow it over the long term, at least 6 months to a year, 2 years plus, to make the most money from it possible. Older sites are more valuable because they're aged, so they have more domain authority. Typically, they may be ranking for more keywords. They're usually producing income and have more web traffic than a starter site, which is on the opposite end of the spectrum. If you want to make money now and you're interested in doing website flipping for a side hustle, you can look at flipping short term starter sites, or what I call micro websites. These are small, thin sites. They're called thin because they don't have a lot of content on them. For example, you might create a blog with 10 or 15 blog posts and flip that for maybe up to a couple $100s. So if you want to produce side hustle income now, going with starter sites is an option for you. So flipping is the first way you can make money, obviously, from website flipping. And then the second way is by selling services. So let me break down how that works. Okay, so with learning how to create, grow, and sell websites, you're building some amazing skills, and you can lend those skills to other through services. Some examples of that would be through doing things like freelance writing, freelance graphic design. You can even do consulting or coaching, and these are just a few examples of ways that you could sell services as a result of learning website flipping. You can also sell products. So you can sell products directly through your website that you're growing. And this could be products like courses, ebooks, guides, templates. For example, you might be working on a gardening website. On that gardening site, develop ebooks or guides on how to plant beautiful, lush gardens, how to do fruit gardening, how to harvest food, topics like that, that you can create digital products for example. Another way you can make money from website flipping is sponsored content. And this is through the site that you're growing and eventually flipping. So, sponsored content means that you're working with a brand and you're featuring them on your website in exchange for compensation. So, if you're running a food and recipe site, for example, you might partner with a pasta sauce company who pays you to create a recipe and feature that pasta sauce in the recipe and on your website, and they'll pay you for that. They get exposure to your audience, they can potentially get customers, they get leads, and then you get compensated for the work that you're doing. And these are a couple different ways that you can make money with website flipping, from the obvious, the actual flip of the sale, the flip of the site. Next, let's take a look at Flippa, and we'll take a look at some websites that have sold so you can see what sites are actually selling for. To do this, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is on the left here, go to the filters and toggle on sold, and you can see all of the sites that have recently sold on Flippa, like all of these. And if you click into a site like this one, making a couple $100 a month, you can learn about who they are, what they do, and how they're making money just by reviewing the listing. So this one you can see is 10 years old. It's making a little over 200 a month. This is the traffic. This is the performance. And if you read this description, it's going to tell you more about how the site operates and what it does. Here's the SWOT analysis that the seller so graciously created. These are all the assets included in the website sale, info about the owner, history of the site, and it looks like it's making money from Google AdSense. Okay, and so that's that site. And there are many others on here that you can browse through and check out. That'll be the only one I do for this video, but if you want to see more looks into various websites that have sold on Flippa, like this one, which I've commonly gone over on TikTok Live, drop a comment below to let me know, and I'm happy to share more of that with you. I think that'll wrap up this video. So to recap, we talked about how much money you can make from website flipping, different ways that you can earn from flipping sites. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.